I'm a graduate, of course, of 98 batch of electronics and telecom from this college. After graduation, I did probably crazy things that nobody will do. So I did a postgraduate diploma in software technology from what used to be NCST at that time, and thereafter the crazy part was I did diploma in advanced computing from CDAC. Most people choose one or the other. I chose both for various reasons. But anyway, the point was, so yeah, I mean, I did keep studying, and after that I got placed in Pune in a small company called Spider Tech Technologies, which was slightly better than a body shop. Because they trained us really well. It was a craze at that time that a person from US would come and stay in a hotel, interview folks, and send you abroad. But the owner of our company had spent 20 years in US, was a UDCT graduate, and he saw the value of what he can give the folks. So again, for various reasons, for the longest time, in fact, when I was studying, I wanted to do my PhD in the US. In fact, from first standard, I wanted to do my PhD in US. Along the way, I said, it's not worth it. So let's not do that. But so I started working there. It was a very clear thing that okay, we'll be trained here, we'll get a small stipend, and we'll go to United States to work, which was like a very common thing. And right as luck would have it, that's when the 2000s .com bubble burst. So what I said. I don't even want to pursue it. People were losing jobs left and right. It was a scary situation. So I said I don't want to go. I had my H1 at that time, and we used to commute to Pune on train every Monday, and then come back on Saturday or Sunday, Friday or Saturday, and we used to get this supplementary in Times of India called Accent, which was like our job search supplementary, and they said that the Wipro was going to do walk-in interviews in Andheri, where I live. Or I used to live. So the 4 or 5 friends from the old company went into Wipro, and we got placed that way. So I continued with Wipro for 13 years. I was one of their early members. In fact, the first few members. My manager at that time started a security practice in Wipro, and we were like one of the first 5 people in the practice, and I deployed the first firewalls for Wipro at that time. Before that, they used to have, I think, Cisco ACLs and whatnot. So I got into security field, and grew quickly in the sense, I joined at the time when Wipro had 7,000 people. So I was sent abroad to Los Angeles to Farmers Insurance. I was working on intrusion detection and intrusion prevention systems, and I was also one of the first certified security experts in the company. So I continued with them, and a couple of assignments in the US, and then my third assignment was actually for 3 months to Seattle in a bank called Washington Mutual Bank, where I was supposed to run the data security operations, and I had a team of 50 people. And later Washington Mutual was giving out big contracts. TCS won a big contract, Wipro won a slightly smaller but bigger than what we had at that time. And on the day of signing of the contract, Washington Mutual went under. So I was in the building when the feds came in, shut the bank down. Chase bought it for around $2 billion, and next day we opened as Chase. So I was still with Wipro, so I continued with them for 13 years. Later I decided, it was at some point you had to make a decision. So I decided to stay back in Seattle and try my luck in Microsoft. So again, I was still with Wipro, tried to see if there was some thing that I could do at Microsoft. I did a couple of small assignments, and later I found my footing there. So I maybe 5 years back I joined Microsoft full time. So I'm right now there in Microsoft headquarters in Redmond. I work in the cloud and cloud plus AI group in what is called commerce and ecosystems. So any commerce transaction for Microsoft, buying, selling anything, be it a license for software or a game on Xbox or a song or whatever, that transaction goes through the systems that our teams support. So that's where I am currently. I'm focused right now on Azure migration. Microsoft as first party using Azure and getting all their the whole company basically onto Azure. So I'm playing a role in there right now. So yeah, this has been my journey, and one thing is that I would say, if I mean, I am not big enough to give advice, but you have to constantly sharpen the saw. I mean, even this year I have done, in the past, I mean, when I started my career, a certification was a way to prove that, okay, I know something which I still have to do, and kind of to come to a point that, okay, I have a certain level of knowledge, so that still continues. I think that is really important, and I think everybody needs to do that. I mean, I have changed fields from, though I was trained in software engineering, I started working in systems engineering, later, project management, and now program management. So you're constantly going to have to do that, and on the side, I mean, I keep still going to either professional continuing education courses in University of Washington in Seattle. Keep learning, doing courses. Some you succeed, some you don't. But that's, I think, is imperative to kind of get a feel for what you want to do, or you think something that you want to do, but it may not turn out what it is. So I think it's imperative that people keep sharpening the saw, and also it's important to fail early and course correct early. So if you are in a field where you get stuck, the longer you get stuck, you are going to get sorry. The longer you get stuck, you will be. It's tough to switch fields or switch areas of work, and I really feel that you need a mentor. So I don't know if the college currently is doing anything about that. They seem to have a lot of focus on application of what you are learning in practical fields. But let's say if you start working, I think many of you have got placed in companies right now, and it takes an effort, and maybe try to explore channels within the company if they have them, formally or informally, try to approach a person. Maybe it takes time to whom you kind of think is a role model, and ask for help, that hey, I would you be my mentor, and it's maybe read up on how mentorship goes, but that will kind of help give you an idea of how to orient yourself. So I think that's a very important thing that, I mean, I personally think helps with a lot of success. So other than that, the management is doing a lot. The students today we were discussing, are confident, they are aware, they have resources at their hands, and which we didn't have. Like somebody was saying that we were reliant on a landline phone. So you have a lot of exposure, and it's great to have that, but I mean, add some of these other things like mentorship, and you have to sharpen the saw. That's the key. So.